Hi, welcome to Pictures, Noise and Words. I'm Hedgie, and this is still Andreas. Hello.
Hi.
He's still here, and this time it's for, and I don't know how to say this, so I'm going to go, it's either Féleth or Féleth. Do you have a better?
I think it's Féleth.
Okay.
I don't know, I'm not sure.
Right. A song called Majesty off, it says, trying to point in the right direction. This album, Divine Blight. Is it out? No, I don't. Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's out.
It's
It
out.
came out in November last year, I think.
Right. So this is Andreas's suggestion. So
Yes,
I'll let him say where they're from.
Yeah, this is a Norwegian band from a very, very small village called Alta in Norway, which is kind of like as far as north as you can come in Norway.
All right. So in the Arctic Circle, then, probably.
Yeah. It's above the Arctic Circle.
Wow.
So these guys, I found them through. I went to Tons of Rock Festival last year in Oslo, and one of the major newspapers in Norway had a band competition together with the festival, and these guys won, so they got to play the festival.
Cool. Is this
Yeah.
Do you know if this is their first album or?
It's their second full-length album, I think.
You can get it on Bandcamp, everybody.
Yes, you can.
I'm not sure if I've ever mentioned. Oh yes, and there's another out. Yes, they had a previous album called Depravity by the looks of it, and then now Divine. He says, pointing up wrong. There we go. Divine Blight. It's usually over here, and it's very easy, but now it's up there. Which is meaningless to Andrew.
I do remember these guys coming out because I guess it's quite of a big thing to play a festival when you're a small band.
Mm.
And I remember these guys coming out on stage in, do you know these Hawaiian-inspired shirts? They had swim trunks with these kind of prints on and like faded band T-shirts of sorts, and just played hard. So it was like, we don't care where we are. We're just here to have fun.
Yes.
And it was a great gig. It was a great gig.
Cool. Well, I'm interested to hear them. I have not heard this. Oh, excuse me. Because I'm so professional. Yes, I've not heard that. I've lost my train of thought. Managed to derail myself. I've not heard this. I'm really looking forward to it. It's only 4 minutes long, actually.
Yeah, it's quite short.
Yeah. So, okay. Have you got this video queued up?
Yep, I do.
Okay, then I shall count you in, because I'm repeating myself, but who knows, people probably only just come to see this and didn't see the last video. Andreas can't see what I see, he can't hear what I'm listening to, so he has to play it himself at his end of the world. So I'll just count us in, and we can both start the video at the same time. In 3,
I'm good to go.
2, 1, click.
When the devil's in the mood, nightmares come pouring out of hell.
For me
Well, have that.
Yeah, it's quite a punch in the face.
I mean, their core influences are obvious.
Yeah.
You know, they're such a. But again, for the second video in a row, I have to say I love that guitar riffage.
Yeah.
It's
great.
It's got great sort of, though, you know, you've got to play it all at speed and everything, which makes it hard to get in any kind of musicality. You know, it's like you can either play fast or you can play lovely tunes, and they've got enough musicality into that to make me go ooh, you know. And I think the best compliment I can give to them is that they're obviously not a big band. You know, they're not one of the big hitters out there.
This has less than 5,000 views in the year it's been up.
Yeah, it's like 5,000 views. And the best compliment I can give to this band is that song would not sound out of place next to anybody else's song in that genre, no matter who they are, you know. So you've got the big, modern, progressive core bands that are with amazing production that they have now for, you know, that technical core sound. The production on this is not up there, but the song and the musicality, the playing, the intent, and all of that is up there. It is as good as, I reckon, anybody else.
Yeah. And compared to Torcha, you got this more like old days feeling. It's one guy with a camera doing the video.
They spent all the money on the fireworks.
Yeah. The only thing that I don't like about this video is it's got this shaky thing going on. It actually kind of bothers me in many videos. I guess it's there to give it like motion and to look cool, but I'd like to see the instrumentalists and see what they're actually doing.
Yeah,
But I think it's a great song. It's they're a good band, and the rest of the album, it's just as good.
Absolutely, I'm totally impressed. And one of the things with modern video making is this can't have a shot that lasts for more than a quarter of a second.
Yeah.
You know, it's like dang, 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 and you can't concentrate on anything sometimes. And someone's playing something like a solo, and they still do it.
Yeah.
You know, and you're like, why would you do that? And it's just
I want to see the guy playing.
I think they're worried that people's attention spans are so small that that if they just have a lingering shot on anything, people will go no, which is not true. You know.
Well, there are live videos of these guys where they have longer shots.
Yeah, and yeah, you know, the shaky cam and all of that. At the end of the day, they're clearly a band standing in a room with some fireworks behind them. So maybe they needed something to make it less like some guy standing in a room with some fireworks behind them, sort of thing. But musically, which is what matters, the video doesn't matter to me. Obviously, there's some videos out there that you go, wow, that was really good. But at the end of the day, it's about what does it sound like when you're just listening to it in real life, you know, in your car or at home or whatever. You're not watching the video every time. Maybe if you're 14 years old, you're always watching the video every time. But for old people like me, you know, it's like, how good is it to listen to? And I think that will be great to listen to. I'm really
and they did really, really good live as well. They played the smallest stage at the Trans Rock Festival. Sound maybe wasn't the best, but they gave their all, and it was great. I think they opened like the second or third day,
right?
So they were the first band out. Great show to start with.
That can be tough, but it also can work in your favor because sometimes people go, "Oh, I'm ready for some music. I'll go and watch the beginning." And sometimes by the second or third band, people start to drift off again. You know? Yeah,
especially they weren't on the first day either, so. It's like the longer the days go by, the less people are at the shows.
Right.
I guess.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to Sweden Rock Festival on Tuesday, and we're there for the whole 4 days.
Wow.
And it's usually you see a lot of people on the second day because they always sell a lot of more 3-day tickets. But the second day it's crowded, and like on the third and the fourth day, the earlier bands get less and less people. Sort
Oh,
of.
right. Because people are just worn out.
Yeah, yeah,
So they sleep later and stuff.
yeah,
Yeah. I'll get up about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm not. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I used to go to a lot of festivals. A lot. That's stretching it. But I used to go to festivals. Now I'm not sure I can stand up for 3 days, to be honest. But I've been to.
You're only as old as you think you are.
No, I'm as old as my legs think I am.
Right.
And my back. And my back.
But you got a few great festivals over there in the UK. You got like, is it Download that's coming up next week?
The problem with Download is it's huge.
Yeah.
And that can be a problem. Because you can't. It's like watching. You might as well watch the band through a telescope, you know, because they're so far away. Or you can fight your way through 50,000, 60,000 people to try and get near the front. And possibly die, you know. It's like it's. Whereas there is a great festival called Bloodstock in the UK.
Yeah, that was my second one I was thinking of, Bloodstock Festival.
The first time I went to Bloodstock, I went with Paz, who used to sit next to me, as you know. People probably don't. And the first time we went there was in about 2000, and I want to say 7, and you parked your car. And there was just a little bit of rope between your car and where you went to watch the bands.
Oh.
And so when you were stood in front of the stage and just turn your head and you could see your car just parked there, sort of thing. And it was and bear in mind, I was seeing people like Nevermore and you know, it was like good bands, but it was such a small back in the day. But it's a lot bigger now. But I still think it's probably one of the more proper metal festivals. And it's not enormous, you know. So
yeah, I think Sweden Rock's got about 40,000 tickets sold.
Right.
So it's big, but it's not.
But not enormous.
Humongous.
Yeah, because that's what puts me off going to Wacken. It's just too big.
Yeah.
It would.
From what I heard about Wacken it's like a square with 2 stages, and you just keep going back and forth between the 2 stages. I don't know if that's right, and you just cram a lot of people in there. This is quite a big area with 5 stages, and I think this is their 30th anniversary this year. Right. So they got 90 bands lined up.
Sorry, Féleth, we were supposed to be talking about you, weren't we?
Oh yeah.
You're really good. There you go. Go with that. That was really good, and hopefully some people will watch this and go to. I don't think this is on Bandcamp actually. I don't think it's.
They are.
They are. Yeah. I was looking at them earlier. Oh yes. Yeah. Duh. See, you got brain like I don't know what, not very good one. So yes, they are on Bandcamp. What am I talking about? And not only that, you can buy their whole album for 49 Norwegian kroner. Is that right? Is it kroner?
Yeah, it's krona.
And 49 Norwegian kroner is less than the price of a McDonald's.
Yeah, I think it's like £5 ish.
£3.50.
Three? Oh.
£3.50.
So the Norwegian krona is better than the Swedish. Oh, right.
Which is like ridiculous.
Yeah, it's nothing.
It's ridiculous. So, yes. So if you like that, folks, just go to Bandcamp and give them your money. Because, you know, I always go on about that. It's very hard for bands to make money. It's really, really hard. You've got the 0.001% of people like Metallica and Iron Maiden, and then you've got a million other bands making no money. None. And record companies don't even give bands money anymore. They just say, you become famous and we'll start to pay attention to you.
Yeah.
You know, basically.
Yeah, but I guess it's the touring for the really big bands. It's the touring that brings them the money.
Yeah.
And if you're a small band, you have to pay for your own tour.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And they try and make the money back on T-shirts or something. Like Fury, they're a small band. I bought their T-shirt because I know they're not going to make any money.
Oh, you know? Yeah, I got my Powerwolf T-shirt on. They're not quite as small, but it's a band T-shirt.
Sorry, Féleth. You can just go now because I think we've finished with your sorry. But Powerwolf, I got sent their very first album to... No, not their first one. Lupus Dei which I don't think was their first, was it? It was like...
I don't know, actually.
But at that time, I'd never heard of them. This is back in 2007 again, I think, sort of time, roughly. And I got sent their album to review. I'd never heard of them, and it was literally one of those, Powell. And you get sent it in like a cardboard sleeve with just the CD, and you don't get... It's not... I've still got it somewhere. It's probably a collector's item now. I remember thinking, Powerwolf, what on earth is this? You know, like, oh, what a ridiculous name for a band, and all of that. And it was just blown away by the album. It was so good. I think they've become a bit formulaic.
So they kind of niched themselves into being what they have to be, sort of.
A bit like Love Bites. Oh, no, can't say that. Oh, they're going to come for me now. And Sabaton suffer from the same thing. You know, they've hit on a formula. Yeah.
They're still great, but they have to keep to their formula.
They've perfected that formula, and now that's what and the fans expect.
So I guess that's why it's good to have like places to discover new music. I don't know how many songs I've got on my list on bands to check out that I've got from you and other people on YouTube and stuff.
Yeah, and I don't really watch YouTube for like channels like mine. So I don't know how many are out there like mine, or what YouTube recommends to me is channels where people are just being ridiculous and don't know anything about. They don't know what they're talking about, but they all somehow manage to do the same songs. Basically, there was a time when everyone did Devin Townsend's Kingdom, wasn't it? And
and they don't even do the best version, in my opinion.
Right.
I think they have the live shows in London where they play. I think it's 4 albums. During 4 nights. Yeah, that version is spot on.
Yeah, they all use the
EMD one,
TV one or something.
Yeah.
And it's funny how they all managed to land on that. They all managed to land on Love Ghost Score by Nightwish, and then they'll all do some baby metal. And Pisces, of course, Pisces by Ginger. It's just coincidence that they all happen to find this bands I've never heard of. It drives me crazy. And then they're just like ready for the...
Yeah, you can see them counting in.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. So, and that's in fact, that was kind of one of the reasons I started doing this channel, was just because of sick of people who... I'm not an expert in anything, but I know more than these people who know nothing. And I was trying to be like the opposite. And AMP React's really good, guys. You know, there are good ones out there without a doubt.
There are quite a few good ones. I follow you. I follow Tank the Tech. I like him.
Oh yeah, I've heard of him. I've not seen his videos. Yeah,
he's more on Twitch. But there are a few channels that I follow. But yeah, there are tons of, and especially during the pandemic, a lot of people just started up these channels, and there were a dime a dozen.
Yeah, and you just know they're going to get through the 5 songs that are popular, and then they're going to struggle.
Yeah,
because then they're going to have to like look for something, and you can. I saw, and we're off now. Forget the video. We're off.
Sorry, Féleth, again.
This is what people expect, I think, when I've got somebody on. But I once saw a channel, and I genuinely can't remember what it was called or who it was, so I can't name it. I wouldn't anyway, but I genuinely can't remember who they were. And this guy was basically just had a Patreon where people paid him to listen to a song. And so what he did was he sat there in his room and he goes, "Oh, right, I've been a Patreon guy. It's a Patreon request, and I don't know how much people were paying him to do this." And and I've been asked to listen to this song. And then he'd play it, and he'd play the video, and he sat there with his headphones on, and he went. And at one point he went, like this. The song ended, and he went, "Oh yeah, that was really good. If you want to make a request, then make a request on Patreon. Anyway, thanks, see ya." And that was it. He didn't say anything. And I thought, people are paying him, I'm doing it wrong. You know?
But it's sort of like we were talking about earlier about attention spans and all the fast clippings in the videos. I think people want to see, the reactions. They want to see these reactions. Because they like to comment about oh, you'll never guess what happens next. All this like clickbaiting.
Yeah, yeah. It's. But I just thought, I wonder if that guy's still got a channel. I bet he hasn't. But yeah, people were just like, and he had loads of views, and loads of. It was like, I was like, I'm doing it wrong. I should just say.
I think you're doing. Yeah, I think you're doing it perfectly.
Hey everyone, just if you want to hear something, pay me, and I'll play it, and I will pretend to like it. And if you pay me enough, I'll have it tattooed on my arm.
Oh,
we'll...
you don't want to make that bet, I guess.
No one has any way of actually paying me, I don't think. I'm pretty sure there's no way of paying me, so that's good. And no Patreon, no. There are no T-shirts. There's no nothing. But I just was like stunned. I'm like, why are people? And it is just people want to see somebody like the thing they like, isn't it?
Yeah, probably.
It just is. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Can't fix it. Been here 5 years, not managed to change it. So I'm just one drop in the ocean, aren't I? Really. But yeah, I'm lost now. So, Féleth, they've got this album, Divine Blight. Go and buy it from Bandcamp for not very much money. They sound kind of like a core band, but with some nice musicality mixed in. There you go. That was a good... there you go. There's a summary. And
spot on.
I've not said my catchphrase, so I'm not going to now. Are we good? I think I've run out of things to say.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, then. So, everyone, let me know what you think. As ever, that's become a catchphrase. And I'll see you soon. And so will Andreas.